And welcome back to Homebrew Pie. I'm your host, Jimmy D. With me,
Little Pound Cake.
Yeah. Today is the day, guys. Today is it. This is the finals. Championship Series 2. A little surprising thing that happened, because we ended up having one person drop out of the top 16. Mm-hmm. And I believe there was a waiting list, right?
Yes, there was a waiting list. We made a call out. Mm-hmm. No one said anything. Someone showed up and was told multiple times. You're in.
You're good, dude.
And they were like, I'm going to leave.
Just took off. So a little bit of a confusion, but that ended up switching up the bracket just slightly.
Let's get into this bracket, speaking of which.
We do have to get into that. Let's go. So here we go, folks. This is it. This was the top bracket. Marcus taking on Little Pound Cake in round 1, and that is who you're going to see on camera first. All right, anything else in the news, or are we going to go on these deck lists?
Other than this butt manga art, let's get into these deck lists, bro.
All right. Let's check out these deck lists. I believe the first up is going to be Marcus on Rob Lucci. Rob Lucci in Beast form. This powerful 5-life leader has an ability of when you attack, you may trash 2 cards from the top of your deck and give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost during the turn. Doesn't seem like much at first. When you combo with other cards that allow you to reduce the cost of other characters by significant amounts, and then use these powerful kill spells with things like this reoccurring Brook that basically give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 and then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with cost 0. I mean, anything cheap is definitely going to go away, and anything expensive can be helped with things like Tempest Kick. Massive reduction, massive removal. What does this deck do best? Removes the threats, gets them off the board, plays to the late game, allows for constant recursion with the Gecko Moria that we've already discussed several times, but choose up to 1 character card with cost 4 or less from, and up to 1 character with cost 2 or less from your trash. Play one and play the other one rested. The combos are endless, Rebecca being the biggest instigator of this actual combo. Getting yourself a nice little 4-cost blocker allows you to add up with 1 black character card with cost 3 to 7 other than Rebecca from your trash to your hand. Then play up to 1 black character card with cost 3 or less from your hand rested. It means anytime you try to get rid of this Brook, it's coming back, and the removal will continue. New additions like this Jack from OP08 have made this deck incredibly powerful and really a pain in this meta. Careful, because your characters won't last longer than a turn against this Rob Lucci leader deck. Black Yellow Luffy, leader that's been taking over the meta for quite a long time. It's got an impressive ability. Done ×2, you may trash 1 card from your hand, and if you have 0 life cards, add up to 2 character cards with cost 5 or less from your hand or trash to the top of your life cards face up. Now these life cards do go to the bottom of the deck if you're forced to take them, but don't worry, they won't sit there for very long. The trick here is to add things like Sabo in child form, Monkey D. Luffy in child form, and in some decks, the Ace in combo. These little children can actually turn themselves into their adult forms, giving your leader a plus 2,000 power till the end of your opponent's next turn, meaning how many times you do this, you can make your leader 7, 9, or even 11 with the appropriate hand for the next turn, making attacks near impossible to get through. Not to mention, amazing blockers that you can bring into play, like this blocker from Sabo that prevents all of your characters from being KO'd by effects until the start of your next turn. Also allows you to draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards from your hand, so you can filter to get that necessary counter for those late game encounters. All other huge enablers and the menace of this deck, the Gecko Moria. This one allowing you to choose 1 character with a cost 4 or less and play up to 1 character with cost 2 or less from your trash. Play 1 card, 1 rested. What does that mean? You get 2 of the kids, 2 of the adults, and the combo continues. There's a reason this deck is a menace in this format. Now, to break down the rules for the rest of you guys, the high seed always got choice every single round. So number 1, Marcus, if he goes all the way, is always going to have choice in the first round, or the first line. We are doing best 2 out of 3 because this is not a Bondi mandated event where we have to get sleeves to protect the sleeves.
I'd probably argue that it's just so they can make them shuffleable.
Yeah, that too.
Because they're nice. They have amazing arts, but the quality of the sleeve, it leaves to be desired, Bandai. It leaves to be desired.
Couldn't agree more. So your opening play, Monkey D. Garp, that's probably the optimal best style for you?
Yeah, I mean, 2 grandpas, grandpa in a search event. That's probably ideal what I want. Mm-hmm. But I think we just have grandpa. Just 1 grandpa today.
I love it when you start off with 2 searchers. In Bella Betty, oh my gosh, it's so overpowered.
Yeah.
In Bella Betty.
Because you have 2 5Ks right there, right off the bat.
Just a double swing in.
Nothing. Just some.
Don't see it that often, but man, when I do, it is a hard game.
Oh, big 8 slaps to the face.
Okay, interesting.
Marcus, I think I don't know. Maybe the plan was just get me done early. Huh?
really interesting. It looks like he had a Brook in hand too, so we could have Brook just killed the monkey Garp.
You don't want to waste the Brook on a Garp.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's just a Garp.
All right, so we got a simple 5K to life. We're going to see what he counters out. Yep, simple 1K. Ooh, showing a case in that alt art Helmeppo. Gorgeous. Love it.
I'm playing down the Iceman himself, the Coos boy.
All right.
Just trying to build my hand up.
And build that board state. I like this. You got 2 different attackers. Nothing on Marcos' side of the field just yet.
I mean, it's going to be gone eventually. Until I drop Sabos, I have to just accept that whatever I play, it's probably going to go away.
Yeah. One of the things about playing against these black decks, if you're not playing something that can put out 2 creatures, kind of like Blue Dolphy or whatnot, or 2 characters a turn, not many of the things that you play are going to last the turn that they drop. Ooh, interesting. Get a discard a Jack for that. Okay.
You get me with the Who's Who K out, establishing a 5.
Leaving you with 2 different characters. Notably, your deck strategy is not to put you at 1 for the end turn, because this just sets you up for that like end game.
Put me like at 2 or 1, or like 2 or 3 until you have like a big board, and then just lay a face into me until I don't have any more cards.
Typically, that's exactly it. You don't try to put them at 1. Try to keep it 2. Wait till you got a good sized board, and then go life. Like try to control the board state at this point. And it looks like Marcus is kind of doing that, doing really what Rob Lucci does.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if it was so easy, why would these Luffy still be topping?
I wouldn't say that's
because again, it's a strategy. You play around it, you figure out things, and that's, I guess, what kind of separates the bad from the good. Black Yellow Luffy players is having a plan to get to 0 without really having to interact with them much. If they starve you, cool.
Any other answers? Here we go. Taking one from life.
Seeing what's in there. So again, yeah, just gonna watching that I'm probably gonna get starved, and I'm just gonna use my tools, use my Dawn as effectively as I can.
Well, it's nice cards you get to resituate. So if you got some triggers in there, you can definitely start stacking the triggers in the way that you want them to hit.
But I think right there, what I was really trying to do, actually,
and able to see the adult Luffy off the top, and there is our combo even before going down to 0 life. I like it.
So sitting at a 7 because I know, again, like, he's gonna want all his Dawn to be playing his stuff out, minus the stuff, destroying things. Sitting at 7, I'll be fine.
And we got a Marcus special against Marcus, and the first big swing from Monkey D. Garp.
He's got his fish out. I gotta use him. It's grandpa hands.
Let's do it. Gets a 1K counter.
And a Sabo nonetheless.
Oh, wow. That is one of the bigger cards in this mirror match. Coming in for 7, it's going to take a take. So it's his first life off of Marcus. 4-1. You think the lead is substantially in Marcus's favor. However, remember, this Black Yellow Luffy thrives on 1-0 life. It is insane how often this deck can just combo off and just start really constantly getting leaving your leader at like
you want to do it so
9K.
Much, they call it awakening. So again, having to make Marcus decide, does he use his Dawn to get me down to 0? Does he use his Dawn to minus away my dudes and get rid of them?
I was thinking about it. All right, went just a simple 5.
Straight to McGarp. So mean. He's a grandpa.
It's like he's just measuring up for that 7K swing, looking to ask for a 1K full grip of cards in your hand too. I don't know how much of the resources he's going to get with just a simple attack for 7K, but also has to utilize his Dawn so he can actually get some more board presence out there. So either negates the leader swing altogether, which is the strength of this matchup.
Yeah, the dance is get stuff out on the board while also destroying mine. So playing 1 out.
And to do so, just sacrificing your ability to attack it all with lead. I know a lot of people have played Whitebeard and that red-purple Luffy deck, or against it anyways. That's the math that they constantly have to deal with.
Just that extra 1K is, difficult enough for most people to just throw them off their game plan. Now you have to factor in an extra 2, maybe an extra 4.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And that Dawn taken away from whatever you could do to present more board presence, which is absolutely essential, especially in these late games where everything is just on the line every turn, potentially your last. want to set up something. Marcus deep in the tank today. Wants to make sure he plays a nice, flawless game. Doesn't want to feel like he made any kind of play mistakes against this matchup here.
Honestly, I appreciate the long waits in between these turns because I remember I was sitting there going like, I have not eaten.
Oh, really?
I was full parent mode. I was like, I'm running on a glass of iced tea, 3 Oreos, and like half of an Eggo waffle that my daughter didn't eat this morning.
Oh, no. That's terrible. All right, so we got a simple 7K is going to lower the cost of Monkey D. Luffy here. Buy 1 Mills, not that incredible. His yard's looking pretty healthy with the rest of the stuff you might want to get, but
yeah, as his yard's looking healthy enough, I was like, I need to get stuff in mine. I need to get mine healthy.
And here's Ice Age. It looks like he's going to go for some way to just pop this Luffy right away.
That's right. And I was trying to do the math, and I was like, that's like -5, right? A card that's in my own deck. I was like, that's how that works, right? I can do math.
And here we see that Brook back in action after the weird discard off earlier.
What up, Spencer?
Hey,
how
Spencer,
you doing,
good to see you. You did do it. You did do it, my man. Thank you very much. And to the rest of you out there, if you haven't hit that exclamation point join, guys, we have a load of stuff to give away for free tonight.
A buttload of stuff, everyone. We are giving away packs like it's nobody's business because it's championship day.
Right.
For those of you watching on YouTube, sorry. Come join us live.
Yeah, gotta join us live, guys. You gotta hit there. But please like, subscribe if you like the content.
But here we go. Marcus playing out a blocker, playing into the Brook, destroying my Luffy, my Punchman Luffy, and leaving me going, what do I do now?
Yeah.
I know this last card in my life. It's poop. Yeah. I got limited options. How do I get out of this? How do I get out of this and put something on the board?
Do you feel like it's better to go first with your Gecko if you have it? I haven't seen your entire hand yet, but like because this is kind of like a Gecko pseudo mirror here, do you feel like it's better for you to go and drop it first, or do you want to play kind of reactionary to?
Some might say first to Gecko wins. I think it's a bit more complex than that.
Ooh, Hiyori, this one going to be able to take one from life and put back your choice.
Again, like this whole deck is very like combo into how do I get the best return on all this bull.
Oh, and are we going to see an immediate combo? We are.
Yeah, gonna see that dude. We got Rocket Luffy, Science Luffy. I think we're gonna pop either the Rebecca or the Brook. I remember I was like, I gotta get rid of these things. This board's looking too big. There's too much on here, Marcus. What are you doing?
Don't want to give him too much. And resources and attacks here, but I'd say honestly, Ocean Man, the way that this one goes down, it's a grind fest all the way to the end. Don't look at the life totals to think that you understand how this math is working. Monkey D. Luffy thrives on 0 to 1 life, and this is exactly where the end game of him constantly ending each turn with 7-9K lead power, which is really hard for a lot of these decks to be able to get 1, if not 2 attacks on lead when they're that high. But here we are using lead effect, popping up 2 of the adults.
Discarding one of the yellow Sabos, putting Punchman and Rocket Luffy into life.
And this is where
what insanity am I thinking?
Right? One of the, I would say, kind of weaknesses, but not really just the strategy against these Rob Lucci decks. You want to put out 2 creatures or characters a turn because of the ability of this Rob Lucci to literally remove anything you play. If you're doing the 1-for-1 game, you will lose likely more often than not against Rob Lucci. But when you're able to play 2 characters, get 2 different bodies out and make them have choices on which they're going to remove, it actually works out better for you.
There I go. So we got 11K in the 4.
Midnight says, me just seeing the black yellow Luffy is making me tired. Those matches were long.
They were long. If I didn't, oh man, that was insanity.
That was great. These are the after events side event stuff.
The only reason why we stopped playing was because I think I played out whatever combo I did. I drew 3 cards because of the combo, and all 3 cards were just Kuzan.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is no, I refuse to do this now.
They had an epic showdown in our Win-A-Box tournament where everyone was playing for the last few PRB boxes we had left in stock. Lots of big winners in that game.
Oh my god, the BM. He's just like, look, I know you like to swing with the weenies. I'm just gonna get rid of them.
So Rob Lucci gonna pop both Hioris.
There's no weenies for you.
Expect to see a lot of this back and forth between the two players where they're just going to clean up the board, restack, re-go. So right back, we saw just one attack from lead, didn't get much out of it. You still have both of your adults in life.
Had a 7 from Who's Who and then a 7 from lead. I'm sitting pretty at 7. We just counted out of both.
Yeah. This is be a great Gecko turn for you. I believe you're at maxed on right now?
Yes.
Yeah, it should be at 10.
We're at the 10. We're at the 10 skis.
And here, just like I said, Gecko coming back into play. This is the Black Yellow Luffy version of the combo. Kuzan bringing back Kid Luffy. Mm-hmm. Kid Luffy going to be an immediate trade for adult Luffy.
Me thinking, is this the move? Is this what I do? I don't know. Getting a draw from Kuzan. Seeing, hopefully, the options are there.
Gonna load up first to activate lead. Here comes our first adult Luffy out from life, pumping up his leader by 2. Luffy gonna KO the Kuzan. So Rob Lucci. Sorry. Too many people in these Navy coats. I'm getting confused on which one's which.
I'd say I probably don't have a way of getting down to 0 to activate leader, so we're just, clean up the board the best we can. Make sure we're just gonna maybe hit one life out of.
That's really just leaving Marcus with a 1 leader, nothing else to attack, into a 7k leader of yours, and of course you still have a life back from the last time you activated lead effect.
He's gonna want to try to get rid of either the Kuzan or the Gecko Moria, so I feel pretty safe sitting at 7.
Mm-hmm. Gecko not an easy target. I mean, we've already seen one of his Ice Ages. Doesn't look like he has another one in hand.
He's a huge eggplant. He's got a lot to handle.
I don't see anything in hand right now that looks like it's going to be able to reduce Gecko down to an adequate cost here. Kuzan maybe not so long for this world, but this is another one of those things where I love the math here. You've taken him off from lead swing most of the time because now he has to refill, which means he has to use the Dawn to put some characters back out there to start getting a board presence, which now means his leader can't get a swing.
Yeah. I mean, another thing too, like with people playing a lot of Lucci, one thing that I've always known about black as a color, its card draw is abysmal. It is not great. It's not fun. It uses a lot of cards to activate its abilities and such like that. You're returning things to the bottom of your deck, not necessarily to hand or anywhere like that. Your searches even discarded the garbage. So if you stress the board, starve them out a little bit, eventually they're going to start running into situations where, like, I got like a 2-3 card hand.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take care of 4 or 5 things on the board. I just don't have the combos.
Exactly. I don't have the pieces needed here. It's like he's trying to play into potentially a Brook kill on the Kuzan, but of course he's going to have to attack with lead. Here's 7 into life. Nope. Yeah, reducing that. I'm sorry. When he points to it, I keep forgetting. It's just reduction of cost here.
Using the Kuzan down to 1.
Indeed, Chef Sopa. Let's go. Let's find out how this one goes through.
I'm just taking it.
All right, Brook. Like we saw it, but now he's only down to 1 or 2 cards in hand, so we know which one of them are. He was able to show that off from the reveal, from the Spandam here. But when you have 0 life and end of the turn, you're not always the best play, considering just how well this leader plays on 0 life. So we'll see how you restack this up. Could have another Gecko in hand.
They probably do. I think I was rolling hot in the Geckos tonight. I was just like, how am I doing this? What
keep showing me.
What limitless pill did someone grind into my iced tea this morning?
Is this one of those memes where it's like everywhere I look is Gecko Moria?
Yeah, everywhere I look, just giant,
I just see his face.
spooky eggplants.
It's like we can get a search on. Mm-hmm. So out of the 2 searchers, do you like the body or the event better?
I like the body.
Yeah.
Because it's a body.
Exactly. I'm huge on those myself. Like, I like that there are the options sometimes for that. And sometimes there are cards that benefit from the events in hand, but bigger proponent of the body. I like the Namis and the other searchers. So 1 Dawn, going to get yourself that wonderful Sabo, which is a great card in this matchup here. Get leader stacked up. Means you're off from Gecko this turn, but not from leader effect.
Nope. Still have a nice healthy amount of Dawn. Play a bunch of kids out and stuff like that. or just enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, a lot of people in like this new meta where they're like, oh man, Luffy he cooks Black Yellow Luffy. It's done for him. His gravity blade the Sabos away. Black Yellow Luffy's were just we just gravity blade the Sabos and then perfume fever there's no hope. Then Black Yellow Luffy's like, I'll just sit at 7 with 1 life.
Yeah.
Perfume fever that to the bottom of my deck, fool.
Right. Good luck getting those 5K jump swings so you can't do anything. All right, lead effect.
Lead ability, I think it was Ice Age that I got rid of.
And Kid Sabo, going to get the adult Sabo out. And Blocker Sabo on top of that.
Now my Gecko Moria cannot be touched. He is untouchable. He has been hermetically sealed in a package, protected from KO effects.
Most really powerful card. Probably one of the more expensive cards that are not a manga alt art. Just regular art. Would you say this one or the Brook are the most expensive right now?
Oh, Brook. Gecko's pretty cheap.
No, I'm talking about Sabo, sorry.
Sabo, he's like 25. Yeah. Sabo's like 25, 24 bucks. But yeah, that Brook, $35.
Gecko getting into life. Just going to take it. Doesn't have much in his hand. Here's another 9K swing. Gonna take. You got a trigger?
It's either that or you eliminate, 3 cards out of your hand? Like,
we got a Luffy pop on.
Just a cold Luffy.
Love it. Getting rid of any kind of removal from his ability, let alone any kind of attacker.
And getting some extra cards in my hand.
And Marcus is going to have to load up a lot of Dawn to get this Spandam to be a threat. Especially with your lead currently.
Anyone would have to load up a lot of Dawn to make Spandam a threat. That man is such a weenie.
All right, so it looks like we got 2 Gecko in hand for Marcus. It looks like he's going to try and refill just like you did.
Off.
We're gonna have a Gecko on Gecko war here.
Marcus knowing full well that the Tempest didn't reduce cost, the fact that he's using it for the draw.
Dobby says, when did he special play with Kid Sabo for 5 cost Sabo and put it as active?
Right after I put it into my life and played Baby Sabo out.
Yeah, it was pretty quickly after that. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I just have such fast hands.
Yeah. We did see him activate lead, put the 2 out there, then pay the 2. He was shuffling through his cards for a hot second, but we watched it played through just perfectly. It's a lot of action, a lot of cards moving places, especially when you're playing against these black decks, saying Gecko getting 2 back, Rebecca getting another card back, and special, like, there's just so many triggers active all at once. I feel like we're playing that trigger war in Magic the Gathering.
And I forget sometimes, especially versus Gecko Morias with Midnight in the side events. I was like, all right, I'm gonna block out this deck. Oh wait, that's right, you have like 8 cards to resolve.
Yeah. I mean, just through an attack. I remember one time I was playing against Marcus with this deck, and he resolved 6 different effects. And he was like, and I'm gonna do this. And I was like, I haven't even resolved like taking the block yet, or like, resolved the attack yet, bro. Like, I waited all that time. It's like, oh yeah,
what else is in your box of tricks? Oh my god, how many more ribbons can he pull out of that hat? How far does the link go?
All right, so you got 2 on lead. Looks like you saved it up here. Here's another Gecko play to match that Gecko play. Man, we're gonna be seeing a lot of this. I know with one more Gecko play in Marcus's hand.
I'll say the name of the game now is literally just block that KO effect.
Right. So here we got adult Luffy.
We got baby Luffy getting played out for adult Luffy.
Yeah.
Say it's out for Dobby.
Yeah.
Going up 2 for that one. We're gonna use leader effect. Discard an event. Gonna put Big Sabo and probably something I'm not too terribly afraid of getting rid of.
Yeah.
We're gonna play the baby Sabo. Use the baby Sabo effect. Play the big one out. Draw 2. Discard 2.
Or 2, yeah. A lot of filtering with the Sabo too.
Yeah.
I mean, on top of being a blocker, a good attacker, negate the ability for your opponent to destroy by effects, and he has to have a draw ability on it. Like, jeez.
I know, and the nice part is, like, because of the cycle, now I have both of my other Sabos right in the garbage, nice and safe.
So we got our first Gecko swing into life. Looks like gonna combo out. We got Board cleanup here. Rebecca gonna block the leader swing.
No, that Lucci. Now I'm thinking, do I want to try to swing with this the Sabo, or do I just use it as protection? And then I chose to pick the weenie out.
I mean, honestly, mathematically, he has enough attackers here. He could spread a good enough attacks, and he is a 10 Dawn. So
it's scary. It's scary. These are do or die turns right here.
I feel like in Black Yellow Luffy, every single time you're down to 0 life, every single turn feels like it. But you do such a good job of fighting through it. Looks like we got our first Ice Age on Gecko.
And I was trying to tell Marcus, I was like, I played a Sabo. And he's like, I don't care, because it's not KO effect, baby. It's to the trash.
Utilizing that.
He left me Pikachu face on that one, y'all.
Another reason why you play this Brook.
My eggplant is gone. And I couldn't do anything. He was just a boy in his prime. Actually, no. We've seen what Moria looks like in his prime. It's not like this.
All right, is Spandam going to replace Spandam? Just trying to mill more into his yard. This man's going to see everything in his deck. But one of his Geckos gone.
Hate to see that Moria gone.
Yeah. Means he's only got one left in deck. This is the one still in land.
Or is it in hand?
Ooh, could be. All right, we got a Gecko. Is this going to be a Gecko on Gecko swing? Is this going to be like one of his only attacks he can really attack in a leader here? Everything else on this board, it just does not match up to a 7k leader. And decides against it. Yeah. Didn't want to leave it vulnerable. Okay. That is a powerful move that you were able to lock down a Gecko attack.
It's tough.
Didn't even want to try it.
It's hard out on the streets, man.
Yeah, right? So, good top deck of a Kid Luffy, and you can leader effect all over again?
Could, or, if I have Gecko Mori on hand, I can use the Punch Luffy to trash my life. And that's exactly what I do. And because the card specifically says you trash your life, it supersedes the Luffy leader ability, whereas if you take the life, you have to go bottom deck. It goes into the garbage.
I like that.
Again, folks, reading is fundamental. Don't listen to Divine Lotus. Read your cards.
Reading Rainbow.
Oh, man. The kids just don't know what they missed out on.
I know. Bring it back, guys. Bring it back. I will remind everybody at home, this is best 2 out of 3, and this is round 1.
So, several times we were interrupted. Is this
which game is this?
Which game is this? I need to know if I could go home and do my laundry.
I was going to get a quick bite to eat. All right. Ooh, a Sabo attack. Interesting. Going to get a 1k out. Get some of those resources out. There we go. Just slowly whittling down his life here. Another big swing.
And I think right here, it all just hit me. And I kind of looked at him for a second because I had everything in hand to... I had everything in hand to establish another Gecko play. Again, and I was going to get lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, wait a minute. He's not putting where are those life cards going? Because he wasn't putting them into he was holding them up. He was putting it down. I was like, is that your hand? He was like, yeah.
And that's going to do it for round 1, or at least game 1 of this awesome match that we're seeing. Those that don't know, we usually do best 2 out of 3 here at LifeLink Games because it's really, in my opinion, more competitive. When you're playing 3 rounds, something that lasts an hour and a half, really not that entertaining, but you get the best 2 out of 3. You get the players to learn what it is this matchup is about, and that's the real cool gameplay. But these YouTube videos, they're only going to be best of 1 because you guys are accustomed to just seeing 1. If you enjoy this content, please hit that like, subscribe, the follow button, any of those things that just help my algorithm, and comment down below with any content that you might want to see in future videos, because we're going to be making a lot. Deck techs, matchup features, and if you want to join us live on Twitch, that we're basically every Monday, Tuesday, sometimes on Thursdays, just join us. It's an absolute fun time. We'll go over certain strategies for certain decks. We'll go over your deck list and help you make some different decks, and we'll interact with the chat. It's a lot of fun time. That content's really been cut to really just showcase the actual feature matches that we have when we're going live. You can probably check out that video that's right here, just above my head, where we're going to go into round 2 of this match and find out, can the player come back, or will this be it for this player? as a special thank you to every single one of my patrons that have helped me grow to this point, I really want to say thank you to all of you. I really appreciate it. You guys have been doing a phenomenal job of supporting this channel, helping me get these really cool community boxes and packs that are going out to everybody. If it wasn't for you, I don't think I'd be at where I am today. And if you'd like to help out too, I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, stay Humbro.